So A$AP Rocky, day 2. They are now trying to. Yesterday was day 2. Mm-hmm. Today will be day 3. Today, January 23rd. They are now trying to find the jury that will, be listening to his case.
Yep. So
the issue yesterday was that out of 106 people that reported for jury selection, only 5 of the people were black. Now, this was an issue that A$AP Rocky's attorney, Joe Tacopina, took up with the court. Mm-hmm. He said that this is not proper. There should be more diverse representation, especially because of the area that they drew the jury from. He says that area, that pool, there's a 9% black population. So for only 4 to 5 black people to show up or be selected, it's not diverse, and he's pushing back early on that. The judge says, well, look, there's no authority that requires any particular percentage of ethnicity on a jury. Right. So we hear you, but, what are you leaning into here?
So when they say jury of your peers, what do they mean exactly?
It's supposed to be your neighborhood, to be people that's in the same neighborhood, but also your same ethnic background, right?
Well, yeah. So and
I never looked into it. I don't know.
Yeah, Reverend Al Sharpton actually spoke in this as well too, because he basically said A$AP Rocky's friends and family have been in contact with him. He doesn't know all the particulars of the case, but he said the same thing that you said. Like, he's supposed to be judged by his peers, right? And it needs to be fair, and that he's going to keep his eye on this case, and he's going to keep calling out things that are not unfair, because already it kind of seems like people are like, it's just a little weird. It's just a little setup.
Black people don't do jury duty. When's the last time you did jury duty?
Throw a generalization out there like that. Black people don't do jury duty.
Maybe I don't.
When's the last time you did?
The last time I don't want to talk about it on there.
Okay, so
but I haven't done it in a while.
I haven't been called in a while, but the reason I'm not able to do it is because I have felonies. So that's why I can't wait to get pardoned my damn self.
Red? Myself? Nope. Anybody else here?
Yeah, but don't say black. But Red said he's never been called. Don't say.
No, he didn't say he has a call. He just said he doesn't go. Most of the time, we don't do it.
You said you haven't been called.
I know black people and all people who do it because they don't want to go to work.
Before. See, we usually don't do jury duty because we don't want to go somewhere and they pay us $3 an hour.
Well, you Dominican, so stop speaking for black people.
I am black, sir, but I don't know. I know a lot of people that don't do jury duty.
You would count for 2 sides of the coin.
So shut up.
Okay, all right.
I'm black.
It's funny though. In this era, they might call a jury of A$AP's peers a DEI jury. You know what I mean? You never know. But I also did, when I saw this story yesterday, I said to myself, I know Reverend Al can multitask, but after the few first days of the Trump administration and all the executive orders we saw Trump sign, I can think of several other things that Reverend Al should be focusing his attention on.
But I think it was more so because his ending line says, I am monitoring this trial and challenging the LA District Attorney to ensure that there's fair representation, right? I think this was just like this is A$AP Rocky. I don't know if y'all are familiar with him, but don't play with him in his courtroom because he does have allies out here. I think that's all that tweet was. Because it was just a simple tweet. But when A$AP arrived to the court, he arrived with his mom and his sister yesterday for day 2. And the judge was on his mom's body, okay? When A$AP's attorney stood up to introduce, because he's like, who are the new people in the courtroom? A$AP's attorney is like, oh, this is A$AP's mom and his sister. And his attorney is like, his mom? And the judge is like, his mom. And the attorney's like, yeah, you can't tell who's the mom and who's the sister. And the judge said, you are beautiful, and that is on record.
That's what he said?
Yes. So
black judge.
I didn't Google the judge to see if he was black or not.
You could do that on court. Like, you're beautiful like that. What does that have to do with the case?
That question came up in reporting, and someone after the court asked one of the reporters, they're like, can't that be looked at as like already unfair? And what was mentioned in the conversation was it's not, because there was no jury in the actual room when he said it.
Okay.
So that's what is being said. But yeah, so basically another thing that came up as well too, the first day and yesterday they leaned into, was the fact that now A$AP Rocky's defense is going to be that the gun that he had was a prop gun or a starter gun. For anybody that is not familiar with what a prop gun or starter gun is, this is a small gun. It only can fire blanks. So basically it wouldn't have been able to shoot anybody or graze anybody the way that they are alleging that it happened. Now the prosecution is upset because they're like, to A$AP's attorneys, y'all never told us that this was going to be our defense. This is last minute. We're supposed to know things 30 days in advance so that we can have a chance to prepare and respond to this. Why is this coming up now? Mm-hmm. And A$AP's team is like, no, we alluded to it. We said that because of who he is, because of home invasions, he does different things to secure himself. So there was a whole back and forth about that as well too. And A$AP's team said that they actually had witnesses who were going to testify that gun was just a prop gun.
Was there a real bullet that they pulled out of somebody?
So that's the thing. They haven't been able to find any shell. When the investigators went, they didn't find any shell casings. A$AP rarely turned in shell casings, but I believe that they never found a gun as well too. So there's a whole back and forth about that as well.
So they basically saying Relly allegedly got shot and then picked up his own shell casing and then went to the hospital?
Well, Relly brought shell casings. Him and his girlfriend went back to the scene to get shell casings, and he actually did bring shell casings and turn them into investigators. But what ASAP's side is saying that he did have the prop gun, and I think they're having to say this because in the video, I took a screenshot of the video. Mm-hmm. Remember you mentioned like there was like something kind of similar to a gun in the video. You do see something in his hand. I think he's just trying to explain what that was, and they're saying it was a prop gun. Right. And he's saying that he only fired it in the air, never directly pointed it at Relly because Relly began to follow him. That's according to ASAP. It was being alleged by him.
Yeah, I got a headache already. I wouldn't report to jury duty for this.
see? Now you got a problem. Now you're not going to jury duty.
I hear about this case. I'm like, I'm cool.
I don't want to go to jury duty either. I'm taking my day off. Nah.
Yeah.
I'm going to work today.
All right. Well, yeah. Don't have time for one more.
All right. Well, thank you for Jess With The Mess. You know what's going to happen now, right?
What?
They're going to send all of us letters for jury duty.
Can we do that because we people of the media?
Yes, you got to do jury duty. That don't matter.
Yep, until they ask that question. Has anybody in there been convicted of a felony? Yep.
I've never been convicted of a felony.
Well, that's your fault. Okay.
Is any of your family members on law enforcement?
None of my family is law enforcement. Dang.
I definitely got that. I'll pull out my gold card and everything.
Do you work anybody that's close with a felon?
That's right.
Oh, I work with felons.
I ain't been pardoned yet.
Charlamagne? Well, I know felons. I know a lot of them.
All right. Well, that is Jess With The Mess.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.